Hey, last week I did a surf video at one of the local reef breaks, and during the session there was a bit of conflict with another fella in the water, so we had a bit of a chat, and it made it into the video. So the video was titled Surf Rage, so it got lots of views, lots of comments, and it's been a good discussion through what happened and who might have been at fault, and I wanted to follow up on this on the video, so let me explain. So first of all, let's recap the video. So I'll just replay the conflict moment during the session. It's only a minute or two. Keep in mind it was a 15-minute video about surfing and waves, but it was just a couple of minutes in there that sparked a bit of controversy and a lot of comments and discussion online. So let's recap, and then I'll come back and explain why I want to follow up. All right, suited up. I'm just heading out to the jump-off point on this reef. It'll be interesting to see what this does as the tide drops, which is what's happening. Whoa! Sorry, mate. Yeah, so I think I caught that on video. Had a run-in with an old bloke out here. He decided to try and run me over. He couldn't catch the wave, and I could in front of him, but he didn't call it, and he didn't steer around me either, so he ran over my back, and anyway, we had a bit of a run-in. I let it ruin his day, not mine. He'll survive. So there you go. You can see there that there was a bit of contact and a bit of a chat, and there wasn't much in it, but you know, the question of whether I was in the wrong and who was in the wrong also, you know, did spark a fair bit of comment. Certainly for my channel, it was the most engagement and comments and feedback that I've had yet. So, look, it was a bit humbling, I've got to say. So, I think if you look at that interaction, it's hard being a surf edit to give it full context, and I came away from that surf session pretty much thinking that, you know, I hadn't done anything wrong and that the guy was really out of line, and I was a bit aggrieved that he could have really injured me pretty badly. He didn't, but it certainly could have been. Yeah, look, I think when you look at the comments, 80% were in favour of, you know, that I didn't do anything wrong and that the guy was out of line and really aggro, which he was. But having said that, you know, maybe 20% of the comments were quite critical of me and more or less saying that, you know, I was in the wrong spot and I shouldn't have been taking off where I was. There was a whole bunch of comments that were in the middle, you know, more or less saying, look, you know, you made a mistake, you probably shouldn't have been there, he was way out of line. But the critical comments were pretty humbling, I've got to say. It's been, you know, 3 or 4 days now, and there's like, I don't know, 100 or 200 comments or something, and it's coming back pretty sharp, some of it. So that's why I thought I'd do the follow-up, right? Because, you know, it's a humbling experience putting your actions online for tens of thousands of people to see, which is what this has actually done, because it went a little bit viral, you know. So I thought, look, I really should follow up and clarify, because there's a lot of people who went to the effort to make comment and to give their time and energy into answering my question, which was, you know, did I handle it correctly? Did I do the right thing? It'd be pretty easy for me to just blame him and move on and not speak of it again, but I thought I'd jump back on. The position that I've landed on is that really we're both in the wrong, and I probably could have handled that a bit better. I think with hindsight, I probably should have just let the wave go and let it, I was of the view it was going to go to waste, and I'm still of that view, but I really should have let it go to waste. It probably wasn't worth, you know, pushing it to the point where he was going to get a bit aggro and in my view, deliberately run into me. So there you go. I'm trying to concede a bit and say that, you know, wherever there is conflict like that, there's always both sides, you know, have to take some responsibility for it. And given I put it online, really I should take my responsibility for it. And so I figured it was worth a follow-up. With hindsight, you know, I probably could have done better there and not been in that spot to take it. I think that I probably could have maybe moved to a different position on that wave and not been right in front. I was really hoping that he would just see that he wasn't going to get the wave and just pull back and call it. But many have made the point that you shouldn't have to call it. I call waves, so if I'm not going to get it or I am going to get it, I call them. If you look at my other videos, there's a handful of examples of where I'll call it either way. And I suppose I expect that from other people, but it's true that from some of your comments, not everyone's like that. Not everyone is going to be that assertive, and you know, he might not have even known that he wasn't going to get the wave. So there you go. I think I share some responsibility in that. I think that in some respects I could have made that situation better and you know, avoided the conflict. It's not about being right, it's about being safe in the water and having good vibes, you know. So I didn't let it stress me out in the video. I did mention it and moved on. I forgot about it by the end of the session. If you have a look at the video, and I'll put the link in the description, but have a look at my main channel as well. I moved on and I forgot about it. So by the time I was talking about my board and dimensions and fins at the end of it, I didn't even give it another thought. But it was when I was doing the video editing that I noticed the conflict, and I thought, oh, that might interest people, you know. And I thought it might be worth analysing a bit. So there you go. For what it's worth, conceding there, hopefully enough to appease everybody. I really appreciate the percentage of people, like I said, the vast majority of people sort of backed me up and said, yeah, that was a bit aggro and unnecessary from the other guy. But I'm trying to pay some tribute and a bit of honour to those that took the effort to be critical and make the point that, you know, I probably could have done better there. So there you go. Have another look, see what you think. If you haven't seen the video, have a look at it. Leave me some comments here as well, if you like, on whether you think I'm still right or wrong, or you know, what you think about that sort of incident. And certainly for, I don't know, crowds and conflict in the water for you all, and what you're seeing and whether this stuff's on the increase or not. I live on the south coast here in New South Wales. It can be remote a lot of the time. If you see my other videos, there's a lot of solo sessions, so I'm very lucky. We're very lucky down here. I had a surf out at this spot here today, which has got on shore now, but you know, that'll be live by the time you see this as well. Always good vibes in the water. I'm always sharing waves. You know, I very much believe in that ethos of sharing waves, having good vibes in the water. So for me, this was a rarity. You know, to have any conflict in the water for me doesn't happen very often. So to be run over like that was confronting, you know. So there you go. Really appreciate you checking this video out. Leave a comment, let me know what you think about it all. Do check out the other video and have a look at that, the original. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Need the subscribers. I really enjoy making the content. I really enjoy having you guys engage and watching the video and enjoy them, hopefully, and sharing the experience. You know, I'm getting old enough now to know that you know, life's not permanent, and you know, ocean therapy's good. Sharing waves, sharing rides, and having a good time is what it's all about. So thanks for visiting the channel, thanks for watching the video, and I'll see you on the next one. We'll get some more waves. Cheers. Go guys, Jules. I had to get Gaz a wave. He deserved it, he's been waiting.